Everything that lives is designed to end. We are perpetually trapped in a never-ending spiral of life and death.
Oh, this game is going to be about like the transient nature of life or existential angst or something. Ooh, this is going to be... Oh.
Is this a curse? Or some kind of punishment? I often think about the god who blessed us with this cryptic puzzle, and wonder if we'll ever have the chance to kill him.
Oh my god! Whoa, what a premise for a game. And there's flying in it too. I didn't know that. All right, this is going to be fun. I've got to do some quick shout outs here. So today in my community is Video Game Music Sunday, where I react to a whole bundle of songs from a video game that my community helps me put together, and then I watch an episode of Arcane from the League of Legends world. And we pivoted a few days ago, and look at all of this discourse to put this playlist together from my community. Shout out to all of you, Asanite, Waffling, Sanko Collector, Mr. Unaware, and whoever else I didn't mention here. You all are amazing. And I had my own team put together some research as well. And so here we go. This is how it's going to go. It's going to be a 6-song study for my community, but I'm going to share a couple of the songs here for you all on YouTube. And the first one is going to be, we're going to check out a beautiful song. And then they gave me some video game footage from where that ties in to the game. Then also City Ruins, Ray of Light. And I also have some video game footage they picked for me to check out, which is spoiler-free. And then we have Keiichi Salvation, if I said that right. Song of the Ancients, and I think I have some video game footage for that one. And then Shadow Lord, and finally Weight of the World. So, like I said, I'm going to share the first 2 here with you all on YouTube, but the full 6-song bundle will be done at the time that this hits YouTube, and the link is down in the description as well as the top pin post there. If you want to come join the community, enjoy my party and all that stuff. Okay, I have so much research. I say we get to some of the music a bit here, and then I'll read some of the study. I know about the singers. I have like a lot of information here right now. Okay, but I haven't heard the music yet, so here we go. We're going to start off with a beautiful song from NieR Automata, which I believe that's the second of the 2 games here, but we'll get into that. Whoa! Orchestral, big chorus. Timpani drums. Wow. All right. It's a made-up language. Beautiful. It's in D minor. Wow. I love those timpani just hammering away. My God. Oh, and this is so dramatic. It's so like, oh, the orchestral, the sound, the minor key. It's very ethereal. It's got this classical orchestral sound, but with these rhythms that are very, contemporary. The 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and bam 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 bam. It's got. Wait, hold on. Let's go back. Wow. It's almost like a cultural music or like a folk song from the future or something. Wow. Beautiful. Whoa! All right, I'm going to pause for a second. Oh my God, this is dramatic. You know, it's so interesting. I've heard a couple songs in video game music that really remind me of Carmina Burana. Dun 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 ba 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 dun 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 ba 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 dun 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 dun. Remember, like for me being of the vintage that I am, that's like when I watched Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was young, and that before I think he even spoke English, and that music, and oh my God, the scene with all the snakes and stuff. This is so dramatic in that way. And man, her voice is amazing too. Is this I looked up I pulled up Shanique Nicole. I know she's one of the singers, and there's also another singer, Emmy Evans, which I didn't see. I don't believe, does she have I don't know if she has a YouTube channel or not, but the vocals are interesting. I'm a vocal coach. I'm going to talk about the vocal sounds we're hearing, but we need to talk a little bit about what is going on. What's happening in this game? Let's zoom out. I have a hopefully spoiler-free little notes on the game world. So just first off to say this, the songs from this game are really, I think, exclusively composed by Keiichi Okabe, and he's a composer, and he has a studio band called Monaca. And so a lot of it's that, and then there's an invented language. The British singer named Emmy Evans, who I just showed there, wrote the lyrics and the vocals, and she created her own chaos language. She listened to songs in as many languages as possible, and imagined what they'd sound like after 1,000 years of drift. Whoa, what a concept! So it has it kind of sounds like it is a language, but then it's not, so isn't that fascinating? That's so clever. And apparently what the two games are about, so there's two. One's from 2010, one's from 2017, I believe. The first one, NieR Replicant, is set in a far future, more than 1,000 years after our world has collapsed, oh boy, into ruin. Humanity is barely hanging on, living in small villages, and a deadly illness called the Black Scrawl is spreading. You play as a young man whose little sister Yona is dying of it, and the whole game is his journey to find a cure. That's the first game. And then the second game is set even further into the future. Humanity has fled Earth, and the planet's now a battlefield in a long war between two armies, androids built by human and an invading force of machines. You play as combat androids, chiefly a soldier called 2B and a scanner called 9S, sent down to fight the machines and reclaim the world. We are so cooked as a species sometimes. I feel like, oh my God. Or it's like we're doing all of this because they're kind of like games are like this are like warnings of like, we need to make a change. I don't know. Fascinating. And I love stories like this too. Oh my God. Okay. So yeah, let's listen on to the rest of it. And then I'm going to go back and break down some parts that I thought were interesting. I really want to talk about the vocals. All right, here we go. By the way, doesn't this sound perfect to fit that world of lore behind the video game? Like the emotional war. This game sounds really emotional. Is it true? Let me know in the comments. I love how she's straight tone. And then the vibrato comes in. Oh, it does remind me of like certain singing, like cultural singing, like old Korean singing, and pansori. I think that's what it is that we studied when K-pop Demon Hunters was out. Yeah, it feels like almost of that style of vocal a little bit. There's more cultures that do that though. I love those subdivisions, those fast accents. Feels tribal. Is this a different vocalist? Notice it's more pure and cleaner. It's more ethereal sounding. Oh, this is emotional. D minor, yeah. Oh, the horns? big, long chords, like chords for several measures. Wow. I got my first set of the goosebumps. Wow. I'm going to talk about her singing. Wow, that's a great voice. Man, I'm in trouble today. It's so, isn't it, something that I find so fascinating about music. Like, I've been a lifetime musician and I've been a vocal coach now for 26 years. I might as well introduce myself. My name's Tim. I've been a vocal coach. This is my website. I've been teaching for 26 years. I have an amazing team of teachers that teach under my tutelage here in the Manhattan, tri-state, Philadelphia area. There they are. We do in-person lessons out here, but we have students now all over the world. So when I do reactions, I do break down the voice a lot, but I also, since I've been a music producer and a musician my whole life, I also talk about the musical things as well. I've spent too much money on my music education. I have to use it, So, like this, God, let's see. I wanted to talk a little bit about, like this singing is really fascinating. And what I was going to say, okay, this is what I was going to say before I tangented. Something that's so fascinating about music is that, you can have an emotional connection and an emotional reaction to a vocal and to music, but not have intelligible words. Isn't that mind-blowing? It's just like music communicates on so many layers of our psyche, right? And this is like a case study in that. It's so incredible. And I just want to talk a little bit about, okay, so the idea of this song, we've got this driving, the timpanis almost function like a tribal bum 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 bum, like when, the big sort of animal skin drums that there are in cultures around the world. It almost feels like bum bum like that, but it's more in the orchestral context. And the vocals are not, we've got the choral sound, like the kind of wall of choral sounds and almost sounding like in a big cathedral. Lots of reverb, which is that sense of you're in a big space, which is also where the solo vocalists live. I think there's 2 solo vocalists on this one, actually. I think from the sound of it, but I don't see that in the notes. Do I have that in the notes here? If it's both of the singers or just I think it. Well, I'm not sure here. Let's see. This is actually. Janique Nicole for this one. And the music in this one is Keigo Hoashi. So was this not composed mostly by then, I guess, Keiichi Okabe? Okay, so maybe this one was not composed by him. Okay. So if this is all Janique Nicole, then she changed up her voice a lot. In the middle, she sounded a lot lighter, right? But I just want to focus on this ending part right here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so it's like the rhythmic stuff. Bum ba da bum bum ba ba da bum bum ba. We've got that accenting on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This. Do you hear that depth in her tone? She's very straight tone is what I would say that is straight tone. What straight tone is the opposite of vibrato. Let me explain that. Straight, see where it says vibrato? When you hear someone singing and you hear that wiggle, that's vibrato. Ah. Straight tone is the opposite of that. Ah. Okay? By the way, this little chart here, singing is such an abstract thing that I found that if I talk about singing in relation to these 7 elements of the voice, that you really get a sense of what someone's doing with their voice and to kind of understand it, right? And so she's in the mid-lower part of her voice, singing lots of straight tone. She has quite a bit of open-throated internal space, but she's not quite in a oh, she's not in an operatic sound, even though the music does have a classical sound to it. She's in a more, like, it almost does feel like that cultural, like, is it pansori? Is that it? I think that's what it is. The Korean style of old style of Korean singing, and she's kind of in a mix here, a mix between the metallic quality the voice can make, bop, 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 that trumpety sound the voice makes, and the windy, ethereal sound. In the middle of the song, she kind of had more of that windy, ethereal sound. At the end here, she's got a little more bite, and it's really a spectrum between those two elements. That's why I have the green, yellow, red there. Da, da. See, she's like that. She's not bop, bop, bop. It's not pure metal. It's not brassy, but there is some brass element in there. But there's also some wind element. So it's a mix, right? That's mixing. And then she does vibrato at the end of the long-held notes and phrases. I love that. It's very hard to do straight tone to vibrato well, because you have to turn off vibrato actually to do straight tone, and then unturn it off. You would think it's the other way around, but it's not. Isn't it amazing that she feels emotionally connected to this text, but it's not an actual existing text? I wonder if they mapped it out when they did this, so that they made it like so that it had some implied meaning to them. Because a big part of singing is being emotionally and expressively tethered to the text that you're singing. But what if the text is a made-up language, right? How do you do that? See, that feels really emotionally tethered, but to what? It feels like a plea, right? It communicates without needing words. It's like a plea, a call, a cry, a wail. It's like a wail for help, salvation, something. And this almost feels like an opera. In opera, there's it's called a recitative, where you're Io guardo se quelletto che ci destina il conte, where you're kind of like, it's like the plot moving part of the opera. And then the arias in an opera are like the moment where you like time slows down and you get into the mind of the character in that moment in the opera. This part feels like it moves into a recitative section, kind of like in whatever this world is, right? And that's a moment where it's like commonly the conductor will do con la voce, which means with the voice, where the conductor just waits for the singer to get to whatever syllable the cue for the chord changes in the orchestra. And they're like, boom, da da. So the singer in that moment has a little freedom. Da 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 da. Ba, and then the conductor cues the next move of the orchestra. That's what this sounds like to me, like a con la voce section. Con la voce means with the voice in Italian. You know how dramatic that is? Oh my God. She has a really cool voice, so much depth. I like her wide pitch variation in her vibrato. Vibrato can be highly variable how much pitch variation there is in it. You can have a vibrato that's very tight, or more opera singers typically have wider vibratos. Jazz singers have pretty wide vibratos. Pop singers typically have less wide vibratos, if you were wondering. All right, so where does this happen? I'm a gamer, and I just don't have enough time to play games because all these songs you guys are requesting. I just want to see a little bit. I'm not going to watch this whole thing, but I just want to see a little bit of how this plays out in the game. Whoa! Oh wait, hold on. I have some notes on what is happening in this part. So this was from, I believe this was from my community. This is the boss theme as you fight an opera performing machine obsessed with beauty. So it's an opera performing machine obsessed with beauty. Oh my God, this game. The song and the fight are synchronized to make it feel like the entire fight is a deadly performance. Oh my God. How am I not going to play this game? This is the 2017 one. Yeah, yeah.
What the hell?
Our records don't say anything about a machine like this.
Wow, look at the thing shooting. It's like... Okay, so this isn't turn-based. This is like real action. It has a real like zoomed out style of play. Kind of like, is that Diablo kind of like? But Diablo I think's more above. You've got a map over here. Whoa, is it a big world? This is that middle part that I was talking about. Da, 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 which was like, was it over? It was like somewhere in here. Oh, no, shoot, I'm on the wrong thing. I've got so many tabs open here. Yeah, I think it was somewhere in the middle. I thought that was another singer, that part, but anyway. So that's still unique, huh? Oh my God, this is so cool. Let me check another little part here. All right, I don't want to spoil it in case I play this game, but oh my God, that's amazing. That is, oh, I'm so tempted to do more, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stop there on this. Look at the design. Oh my God, this looks trippy. How's the gameplay? Let me know about the gameplay, what it's like. I'm really big. Mostly I play video games. I love super complex controls. Like, you know, I'm playing Arc Raiders for better or worse. It's kind of having problems these days. But I've got about 300 hours in on Arc Raiders, and I've just started. I've just been getting going on Crimson Desert, which is another crazy complex fun game. So yeah. All right. We're going to stop on that amazing song. God, what a beautiful song. Okay, the next one I'm going to do for the study is also from Automata. And this one is also, this is Unique Nicole. Now, this one is composed by Keiichi Okabe. And let's see, this one is a world theme that plays in the millennia-old ruins of a city, overtaken by machines and wildlife, marked by endless war, and completely devoid of human life. Okay, so great. Here we go. Let's give it let's check it out. I think I have some gameplay for this one too. We'll poke around here. Very ethereal. That's the word that keeps coming to mind. Kind of wind, the airflow. Talk about emotional instrumentation in chords. Beautiful chord there, that change. Suspension there. We have those low, subdivided. They could maybe not be timpani. They have like a more muted tone, like a. Feels like a folk song, kind of. About 100 beats per minute. I love those string accents right, those syncopated string accents. That piano is so haunting up there on the quarter notes. It's very minimal. So notice with this vocal, notice, God, it's beautiful. What an emotional place that they've created here. Notice with this vocal, it's much more warm. Da, da, da. That's more in the like, the other one had more drama, it had more metal, it had more bite, it had more of that pressed big tone. This one is much less, it's much lower subglottic air pressure, which is just like less power. And it's a little bit more windy. It's not pure head voice. There's still a little bit of that like metallic texture the voice can make, but it's very airflow. It's very what legato is the word that we say in music for when you connect one note to the next. You tie. It means to tie or bind together. You feel that? It's like big paintbrushes. Oh. Gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Very emotional. Those suspensions again. So a suspension is like da da. It's like, you know, if you play a chord, a suspension, I'll just play them for you. If this is C major, a suspension would be like. See, there's tension that needs resolution. And there's a couple common ways we do that. That's the 4-3 one is a common one. So one other thing about this game here, man, I am so all over the place here with this. One other thing about this game I was talking about was it's like somebody said they described it as an opera sung by machines lamenting the end of humanity, and that it's a far more emotional game, you know, because you're kind of playing like an android, right, in this battle, but it's a far more emotional experience than you would think. And that, like, right there, because, you know, it feels so emotional. I'm saying, like, you know, most sci-fi ones are emotional only in that it's like you're devastated by the destruction of humanity, but this one is like an opera sung by machines lamenting the end of humanity. Like, so it plays on this whole, like, what it means to be alive, to have feelings and search for meaning, which, you know, I mean, God, look at what's happening in our culture with, you know, with AI and all of that. So, I mean, it's so, the topic is right in the collective consciousness right now, you know? And this is like a game that looks at that. Wow. This piano. Something like, so we're in like, I feel like we're in kind of like B flat minor. Boo, 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 boo. There's some variation to it later, but that repeating on that chord note, that melody, it's so high and it leaves so much space for her vocals to sit perfectly in the sort of sonic stack, or, you know, the overtone stack. Very drum, like heavy drums. Almost like calling to arms, like war drums or something a little, but not like bum, but not aggressive. So such a melancholy in this music. It's like ethereal and melancholy. I love that arpeggiated, it sounds like a classical guitar. Or in harp, is it I can't tell. Could be a harp or acoustic guitar. I think it's an acoustic guitar. Sounds like a classical nylon string acoustic guitar. can feel from this. It's so haunting, that repeated piano. You feel the swelling in there's like a synth, like a pad synth. A pad synth is like a sound. They use that in music production where it's kind of like a... Whoa, not that, not that one. Do I have a... wait, let me show you. I don't know if I have this all set up to show you. But yeah, like if you go to... A pad synth is like it's like a synth sound. Feel how that's... And you can get those in a way that have more like air flowiness in them. I'm just like going through the GarageBand ones now because I have that kind of set up right now. Oh, Breath Vox. It might be something like this. Yeah, that's kind of close. Listen. Do you hear the air in there? That sound? There's a little bit of that in the... that's just kind of subtle in the back of this, and that's creating like an unconscious thing in your head, right? Right there. Do you hear that? It creates such... that's like a sound that makes it feel ethereal, right? It's almost like she's pleading or crying. That was a suspension. Here's that air synth I was talking about. So futuristic sounding, right? Oh my God. So now they have a dun, dun. Do you hear that repeated note thing? It's almost like it has a little delay. It's like you play the note and then it has a very slow delay after. What an emotional world. It's like one of those games where it has, like it's heavy to play it. Like you have to be careful how much you play it because you feel like saturated with the emotion of it. Totally see it being that way. It feels really emotional. Wow, this is going to happen next with these next 4 songs. Oh my God, what do you guys have for me? All right, we're going to stop here for YouTube. I'm going to watch some of the video game footage here as we continue, but this is where my YouTube video is going to end. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, the full 6-song study is already done down in the description. If you want to come over, support the channel, support me doing this, be a part of Video Game Music Sunday, influence what video games I react to. If there's more songs from this game that you want me to check out, you can put them up on the song requests. I've just built an app that's really, I'm going to release very soon to the community for this, and we have a lot going on over there. And I'll put down also the link to my video game music collection, and so you can see if it's something you might want to join up. So, and thank you so much again to the amazing community crew who put together this list. I am so grateful to have you all. I'm having a blast. I'm learning so much about all of this cool music that you all are into, and I love that I get to break it down and celebrate it and figure out, you know, why you love it so much. Like, I get it. I get what you're doing. I get why you love what you love. And that's kind of what this is all about. So thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Cheers. All right, everybody.